Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with breaking news. A 30-year-old man is behind bars after police say he fired shots at another man in a gas station parking lot Wednesday morning. Now, Juan Pablo Martinez is charged with multiple felony charges. Court documents say police were called to a report of gunshots just before 10:30 Wednesday morning. Authorities say Martinez fired 3 shots into the victim's window because he thought the victim was romantically involved with his girlfriend. The victim told officers he went to an area gas station to assist Martinez's girlfriend in putting air in her tire. Martinez is already a convicted felon, which prohibits him from possessing a firearm. Well, new for you at noon. A Fargo man is facing attempted murder charges after attempting to run over a North Dakota Highway Patrol trooper with his car. Troopers say 26-year-old Andrew Booth was driving 95 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour speed zone on I-94 when troopers tried to pull him over. Booth took off going speeds over 105 miles per hour, and in the process, the chase was called off. Now, as troopers were investigating Booth's home, he arrived at the house trying to pull into his driveway. Authorities say Booth stopped and then quickly sped up and tried to hit one of their troopers. The trooper was able to avoid being pinned between 2 vehicles, but was still hurt. Both collided with another vehicle before coming to a complete stop and taken into custody. Authorities are reminding the public to lock your car after a vehicle has been reported stolen in Fergus Falls. A 2008 black Mazda 3 4-door car was reported stolen from the 100 East Fur Avenue area around 7:20 in 406. The photo provided by police is an example of what it may look like. And if you see it, please call 218-998-8555. Well, we got those chilly and windy temperatures today, and I definitely couldn't leave the house without a jacket this morning.
Brian, I finally caved and grabbed my full-on winter coat this morning because you're right, it was very chilly. Temperatures this morning fell into the 20s, and with a little bit of wind, some places it felt like it was only in the teens. Temperatures are still quite chilly up to the north, where we're seeing 30s, a few 40s down to the south and west. A few clouds are moving through the valley this morning, and up north, even a few snow flurries. I was wrong. I said the Northern Valley would stay fairly dry today, but they did end up squeezing out a few flurries. And you can see a few of those clouds on our Grand Forks Home of Economy sky cam this afternoon, where a few of those flakes had fallen. Here in Fargo, no flakes from these clouds. I caught this picture on my lunch break. A little bit of a mackerel sky with some sunshine in between. Rest of your afternoon in Fargo, temperatures will remain fairly steady in the 40s. And even though we had a few flurries up in the Northern Valley today, coming up in the 7-day planner, I will be tracking a chance of some snow heading into this weekend, maybe even some measurable snow.
Some snow and these chances of flurries that just randomly came out of nowhere. Thanks again, Summer. Well, the Fargo Police Department wants you to know about a registered sex offender living in Fargo. 38-year-old Patrick Roy Moore is currently living at 734 College Street North. He was convicted in 2016 of 3 counts of gross sexual imposition. 2 were in Burleigh County. The 3rd was in McLean County and involved a 14-year-old victim. Moore must register for a lifetime. COVID-19 cases are surging across much of the nation, with 30 states seeing an increase, and there is more controversy on the concept of herd immunity. But new results from a military study could give air travelers more reason for comfort. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has more on this breaking news.
Cleared for takeoff? New results from an independent military study may provide a shot of confidence for air travelers as we head into the busy holiday season. The military says 300 tests were conducted on United planes, with mannequins simulating passengers, both masked and unmasked. Each experiment releasing 180 million air particles. That's equivalent to thousands of coughs. When seated with masks on, only 0.001% of those particles actually made their way into another passenger's breathing zone. 99.99% were filtered out of the cabin within 6 minutes. A positive sign while in much of the nation the number of infections continues to soar. 36 states plus Washington, D.C. are seeing double-digit increases over the past week, including Utah, where the governor announced new restrictions to flatten the curve.
But Utah is now facing its most dire episode yet in this epidemic.
It comes as Dr. Anthony Fauci is weighing in about getting together for the holidays.
You may have to bite the bullet and sacrifice that social gathering unless you're pretty certain that the people that you're dealing with are not infected.
Meanwhile, debate is heated up around the idea of herd immunity, letting the virus run its course among those with the best odds of surviving. This week, 2 senior White House officials referenced a document advocating for the policy. The document says in part, those who are not vulnerable should immediately be allowed to resume life as normal. An open letter from leading researchers in the Lancet Medical Journal calls the approach a dangerous fallacy unsupported by the scientific evidence. This morning, the race to protect Americans as the nation faces a deadly second wave.
There is also growing concern over events like Halloween. In California, officials are urging all families to stay home. In Beverly Hills, they are outright banning trick-or-treating. Now, breaking news just into our newsroom. Because Cass County was moved to high-risk COVID-19 status, Fargo Public Schools has announced that they will not be allowing spectators to attend games starting tomorrow until further notice. We have more tonight on this story on Valley News Live. Well, coming up at noon, a new resource is now available for children who have autism. Definitely a pretty chilly and windy Thursday. Meteorologist Summer Snowbach has that look up ahead.